It's the season of bunnies and flowers and spring and beauty, right, Joanne?
Thank God.
I hear you, I hear you.
Thank God.
Of course, we come here to Cup of Paint, and you always have a cute creation for us that's getting us excited for spring.
Yes, and today what we're going to do is our small signs. This is something that you can put in your house, anywhere in your house, on a mantle, on a table, on a fireplace. We start with doing the background, because on the background we're going to glue all of these little pieces that we have in front of us.
Okay.
So all of these pieces are custom cut with a laser. So I've also taken the option to tape down all of our pieces so that we don't have to hold them and get paint all over our fingers.
This is a genius idea.
It really is.
Because sometimes you end up having more paint on your hands than you do anywhere else.
I always have paint on my hands.
Right?
You're going to start with the fence, and I'm going to start with the Hello Spring watering can.
Right.
And why we're doing two different things is because when you come here, everybody doesn't have to do the same thing.
Which is
That's
really
the beauty
nice.
of it.
Yep.
Is that you can all do something different. And we're going to just take our brush, and I have some gray paint here, which is just a mix of black and white paint. That's all I did.
Right.
And I'm just going to dip it in and start painting. So my flowers are going to go over here. So I don't have to worry about, I'm going to do my gray down here, here, and up here. And these little holes here that are in the wood are actually engraved by the laser in the wood. So they're not going to go away. So I can brush paint over the top of them.
Okay.
And they stay there.
All right. Can I cover over the words and everything?
Absolutely. Those words, you'll be able to still see them once we get done with the paint. Occasionally you might need to do 2 coats on it. That's, you know.
But you could tell if it starts bleeding through.
Yeah. So I've done my gray, and I'm going to switch over to green, kind of doing my leaves here a little bit because they're going to be seen underneath my flowers that I'm going to put on here.
Joanne, so do you offer customized orders if somebody wants a specific thing on there, like a name or something?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, that's part of the fun of it, is to get something custom for your home. It's not going to be like everybody else's on the block that you know, are hanging things up. You know, we could offer the sign with your initial, your last name, maybe, you know, kids' names. They could all be either made here, or we can make it up for you if you don't want to make it. One of the things you might want to do is just take a little bit of black paint. I'm going to take my brush and mostly get the gray paint on there, but I'm going to take a little tiny end of my brush with the black, and I'm going to, you know, kind of go over that crossbar.
Oh, yeah, okay, to make it pop out.
To make it look like that. You know, that's what you want to do to kind of give that little bit of distinction there. So next up, we're going to work on our little pieces. Now, for our little pieces, I kind of like to switch over to these makeup sponges instead of the brushes. So now it's really up to you to make this design your own. Pick any of the colors. I pulled a bunch of spring kind of colors here, and you're just going to dab and dab and dab. And, you know, changing the colors up is what makes everybody's look a little different too. So, you know, you don't always have to do the same colors that I do. People come up with better color schemes sometimes than I do, so. Okay, so our next step is to take all of our little pieces that we painted and glue them onto our sign. So I'm just going to start, you know, taking my pieces where they go. And this glue is a super glue, so you don't want to get it on your skin. Your fingers will get stuck together.
Yes. We don't like that.
And we don't want that to happen. And I have these acrylic paint markers. So what I'm going to do is, you look at the sign like this, and it's beautiful. It looks fine. But sometimes if you just give it a couple of lines and stuff like that, it just brings it back to life. So a couple of my letters, I'm just going to do, it's called a downstroke on your letters. Wherever your line is going down.
Oh, interesting.
That's kind of where you want to accent it. So it's nothing if you can't hang it, right? This isn't going to work. So we're going to take a little bit of string. I'm going to come from the back of my sign, and I'm going to tie it off. And now, you know, you can add a little bow to it.
Oh yes, there's nothing like a nice bow. Joanne, thank you so much for showing us how to create these spring decorations.
Well, thank you for joining me today.
You are very welcome. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about Cup of Paint?
Sure. We're located on Wyoming Avenue in Exeter, 1701 Wyoming Avenue in Exeter, in the back of the building. We do classes primarily. We are keeping groups small because of everything going on right now. We offer private classes. We also offer open studio, which again needs a reservation. In addition to that, we also offer a take-home kit. So if you're not comfortable coming out just yet and you want to create a project, you can do that with a take-home kit and do it on your own. So we have everything available on our Facebook page and on Instagram at Cup of Paint. If you don't want to create, you don't feel you have the urge to create, we can do this for you, and you can order a finished product too.
Love it, love it. Thanks again, Joanne, and happy spring.
Thank you, Jackie. Happy spring to you.
Thanks.